By this time, we have a clear understanding of the basic definition of expressions and statements. Now, we will see how these expressions are evaluated. But before moving on to the expression evaluation, we need to understand under what circumstances the compiler evaluates expressions. We have earlier discussed that expressions are found with almost every constructs available in C language. For example, expression can be used as a function argument. They can be used with decision constructs and iterative constructs. They are also used as assignment statements. They are even used during array declaration and while accessing array elements. During the execution of a program, whenever expression is encountered, the compiler evaluates its value and the evaluated value is used in place of expression. For the sake of simplicity, we can even imagine that the expression has been replaced with its evaluated value. We have seen some examples of the context in which expressions are used and also discussed the conditions that get them evaluated. Now, let us understand how expressions are evaluated. Evaluation of an expression involves the application of the embedded operators over the relevant operands in a specific order. The evaluation may also involve reinterpretation of data types of operands in a mixed data type expression. This order is determined by operator precedence and their associativity. In the next few minutes, we will discuss operator precedence and their associativity. If the expression involves operands of different data types, the evaluation process may also involve implicit typecasting of operands. We will discuss the rule governing the implicit typecasting after a while. In the context of expression evaluation, precedence and associativity should be understood very clearly. We will start by discussing precedence. Every operator has an inherent precedence over other operators. Operators of higher precedence are applied before the operators of lower precedence. Some of the operators have been defined to have equal precedence. If an expression involves operators of equal precedence, then the order of their application is decided by their associativity. We will understand these concepts through an examples, but before that, let us quickly have a look at the precedence and associativity of most of the operators available in C language. The table presents the precedence and their associativity applicable to all the operators available in C language. This table is split into two parts. You can pause for a moment to carefully browse through this table. Operators appearing higher in this table have higher precedence than those appearing below them. Operators that have been clubbed together have equal precedence. The fourth column presents the associativity of the concerned set of operators. Let us understand the application of precedence and associativity by making use of an example. In this example, you can observe 4 operators and 5 operands. If you refer to the table on the right side, out of the 4 operators, division and multiplication operators have equal precedence, and the other 2 operators, which are addition and subtraction operators, have equal precedence. But division and multiplication have higher precedence than addition and subtraction. In this example, as per the precedence rule, division and multiplication operator have to be applied before the application of subtraction and addition operator. Let us start with the application of division and multiplication operators. Since division and multiplication operators are of equal precedence, which one of them will be applied before the other will be decided by their associativity. The associativity mentioned against division and multiplication operator is from left to right. This means that in order to choose between division and multiplication operators, the expression has to be scanned from left to right, and Whichever comes first is to be chosen for its application. In our example, if we scan the expression from left to right, division comes before multiplication, and hence division operator is to be applied before the multiplication operator. Let us apply the division operator over the relevant operands, which are 100 and 10. Replace the operators and operands with the evaluated value, which is 10. In the resulting expressions, we have 3 operators and 4 operands. Out of the 3 operators, the multiplication operator is of higher precedence, which will be applied next over the relevant operands, which are 10 and 15. The value resulting from the application, which is 150, should replace the multiplication operator and its operands. We end up with this expression 20 plus 150 minus 2. Now, we have 3 operands 20, 150 and 2 operators plus and minus. If you refer to the table on the right, you will observe that the subtraction and addition operator are of equal precedence. Which one of them should be applied first is decided by their associativity. Their associativity also happens to be from left to right. If we scan the expression from left to right, addition appears before subtraction. Therefore, addition is to be applied before the application of subtraction operator. Let us apply the addition operator over the relevant operands, which are 20 and 150. Applying addition over 20 and 150, we will get this expression. This expression has only 2 operands, which are 170 and 2 and 1 subtraction operator. The single subtraction operator can be applied to 170 and 2 straightway. When we apply the subtraction operator over 170 and 2, we arrive at the final value of the expression, which is 168. We have discussed the application of precedence and associativity while evaluating expressions. It was mentioned that sometimes expression may consist of operands of mixed data type. It is generally not a good idea to mix operands of different data types in the same expressions. During evaluation of such expressions, the compiler may misinterpret some of the operands. This is not always undesirable, but it may lead to an unexpected result. While evaluating expressions consist of mixed data type, the compiler may interpret the data type of operands differently than the type they are declared with. This is known as implicit type interpretation. We are going to understand the rules governing the same. Let us understand the rules for implicit type interpretation, which governs the interpretation of data types of operands appearing in an expression consisting of mixed data type. Rule number 1. The integer data type like character, short, int, long, if mixed with floating point data type, will be interpreted as a float, and the resulting value of the expression will also be treated as a floating type value. For example, this expression will evaluate to 20 and will be interpreted as floating point 20. Rule number 2. If the floating point data type is mixed with double precision data type, all the floats will be interpreted as double, and the evaluated value will also be interpreted as double. The output of this expression will be interpreted as 30 with double precision. Rule number 3. While evaluating an expression involving only integer type of the same sign but different size, the smaller ones are interpreted as bigger one. For example, unsigned short, if mixed with unsigned int, will be interpreted as unsigned int, and the final evaluated value will also be treated as unsigned int. The output of this expression will be 40 to be interpreted as unsigned int. The fourth rule is more like a word of caution. It states that while evaluating expressions involving data types of different signs, ambiguous result should be expected. Hence, under normal circumstances, you should never ever mix data types of different signs. The ambiguity in the outcome can be removed by making use of explicit typecasting, if you know what we are doing. We had discussed that while evaluating an expression consisting of mixed data type, the compiler may interpret the data type of operands differently than what they have been declared with. Apart from this situation, there is one more situation where the C runtime implicitly casts the data type of a variable or a value into another data type. This happens during assignment operation. While assigning the value to the left-hand side variable, the value is forcefully casted or converted into the data type of the variable on the left-hand side. In this example, the evaluated value of the expression on the right-hand side is 100.7. As per guidelines discussed above, it should be interpreted as a double value. But while assigning this value to E, which happens to be a variable of short type, 100.7 will be forcefully casted into a short value, truncating it to 100, and the printf statement in the next line will print 100. Sometimes it may also be required to deliberately cast a value into a specific data type. This process is known as the explicit typecasting, and it is accomplished by making use of type operator. Typecasting operator is nothing but the keyword representing the target data type surrounded by a pair of common braces. For example, this statement will typecast 2.5, which is a float value, into an integer type, and B will hold value A of 2. This example illustrates that sometimes typecasting is essential. In this code sample, the output of the division will be casted into integer type because both the numerator and denominator are integers. The division operator will return 2, which will be casted into float by assignment operation. The variable result will be assigned 2.0, which can be verified from the output of the print statement. But this is not what we expected. In order to get the expected result, we need to explicitly typecast either numerator or the denominator into float type after they have been casted into float type. The division operations will return the answer as float type, which will be 2.5. The print statement verifies this statement. This is what we should expect if we divide 5 by 2.